Hi fellow yogis, this is the marked yoga flow that we'll be doing together. So I invite you to get onto your mat and find a comfortable sitting position, maybe easy pose, just with one leg in front of the other, palms resting on your knees. Just take a deep breath here in through your nose, maybe out through your mouth. Noticing how your body feels. Spring is just around the corner, and this is the perfect time to start planting seeds and growing those desires and manifestations that we would like to have in our lives. It's a perfect chance to cultivate all that we've been planning and prepping for during winter. So keep breathing here, focusing on all the good that will be coming this spring, all the energy that you'll be able to cultivate. Bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to open up our arms really wide. And turn those palms up, and then inhale, bringing those palms together. Exhale all the way back down heart center. Again, let's inhale here. On the slow exhale, open up your arms really wide. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, brings them back down to heart center. One more time, big inhale. On the exhale, open up your arms. Inhale up. Exhale, arms come all the way back down slowly. Now place your hands on your knees again. We're going to just do some seated cat and cows. So you're going to bring your chest forward and then round your back as you bring your belly button into your spine. Again, coming to the front, inhaling. Just making these circles with your upper body, using your hands on your knees to support you. You want to round the spine, and then curve the spine. And then just go the other way when you're ready. Opposite direction, again doing our seated cat and cows. Really feeling into our hips. Breathing here. Now we're going to do some seated twists. So take your right hand, place it on your left knee. Inhale to lift your chest, and then as you exhale through your nose, you're going to twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Let's go to the other side now. So take the left hand, place it on the right knee. Inhale for that extension, and as you exhale, you're going to twist, leading with your chest. Trying to see maybe if you can get your gaze over your right shoulder. And twists are great for detoxifying our bodies. And a great time to do that is during spring. Shedding what no longer serves us from the past winter. Now let's just take the soles of our feet and place them together and try to bring the ankles as close as you can to your body. And place your fingers, place them around your toes, and just flap those butterfly wings. This is also called butterfly pose. If you want an extra stretch, you can lift and bring your chin slightly up and then come back down, folding over, trying to get your forehead close to your toes, breathing here. An intense stretch, and that's okay. Slowly roll on up, inhaling at the top. Help your knees come together, and then just straighten those legs. Now let's take the left leg and fold the knee and place it on the side, and then take the other leg and then bend the knee and place it on the other side, trying to keep your feet as close to your sides as possible. You want your knees aligned as much as they can. This is an intense hip stretch. It's called cow face pose. So you can stay here breathing in this pose, or If you want, you can slowly bend over, trying to fold your chest over that top knee. Breathing here, noticing how your body feels. Slowly come up, straighten the top leg, and then straighten the other leg, and now we're going to switch sides. You're going to bend the other leg and make sure it comes on the bottom first, and then the opposite leg on the top. Again, try to get your knees as close as possible, aligned, and then your feet also close to your hips. You can stay sitting up, or you can tent those fingertips to the sides and come on down so you can fold over for a more intense stretch. Each side's going to feel different, and that's okay. Just be aware and mindful, but don't place any judgments. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And then slowly coming on up. Again, straightening the top leg and the other leg and shaking it out just a little bit. Now let's come on all fours and then keep your knees as wide as your mat. And slowly come on down for child's pose, extending those arms, trying to get your forehead to the mat. Breathing here. Great resting pose. Imagine your seed being planted into the ground. Let's bring our knees together this time, and then our hands behind us, touching our toes or the soles of our feet. Breathing here. Imagine again your seed being planted and nourished in the earth. Slowly coming on up. Hands to prayer pose. Noticing again how your body feels. Now let's come to a downward dog. So lifting those knees, tucking the toes. And since it's our first downward dog, we're going to pedal out those legs. Keeping a generous bend in our knees if we need to. If you have a tight calf, you can always bring your feet as wide as the mat or even wider, which might relieve some of that pressure and tension. Make sure you push your hips up, plant those fingertips into the ground, and breathe here. Lifting the right leg up, three-legged dog, pointing those toes, and then now lifting the left leg up, pointing those toes for three-legged dog, and then bringing the left leg down, back to downward dog. Bring your gaze to the front of the mat, walk, step, jump to the top of that mat, forward fold, inhale, reverse swan dive, bringing your hands all the way up to the top. Exhaling, bringing those hands back to palm or heart center. Inhaling again at the top, and then swan dive down all the way to the mat, forward fold, halfway lift, flat back. Plant those hands on the ground and then kick back. High plank, back to downward dog. Breathing here. Again, if you have tight calves, just bring your feet a little bit wider than the mat. Stepping or walking back to the front of your mat, forward fold, you can bend your knees, then halfway lift, flat back. Planting those hands again on the mat, and then sweeping your arms all the way up to meet at the top. Exhaling, bringing those hands back to heart center. This time we're going to come into our Malasana Pose, which is like a yogi squat. So you can bring those feet wider than your hips and then slowly squat all the way down, trying to get your heels to land on your mat. Helping push your hips apart by using your elbows. Let's open up to the side with our left, twisting, reaching for the sky, and then dropping that left hand. Bring our right hand up, twisting, opening up to the sky in our squat. And then dropping the right hand. Plant those fingers into the mat. Let's take our stance a little bit wider. If you have longer legs, you can take them out even wider into wide-legged forward fold. Dropping your head, making sure your neck kind of just hangs there, not holding on to any tension. And hands go onto hips, flat back. Helps yourself all the way back. And then jump, bring your feet together, just for fun. Now let's plant those feet again to come to tree pose. So again, you're imagining the roots growing out of the soles of your feet. Taking your left leg and placing that left foot along your right leg, either above or below your knee, whatever works for you. Hands come back to heart center. When you feel grounded and balanced enough, you're going to start growing your branches up, up, up towards the sky. And opening the branches if you feel comfortable, maybe bringing your gaze or your drishti up to the ceiling or the sky. Allowing yourself to sway in the wind. Because just like all the strong trees out there, they allow themselves to sway in the wind, but still remain resilient and rooted. And then bringing those hands back to heart center, letting go of that left leg. Let's do the other side now. Again, rooting through the feet, picking up the opposite leg, placing it above or below the knee, whatever works for you. Hands come to heart center. Inhaling brings your branches up towards the sky, opening up the beautiful sunshine, receiving all that warmth and nourishment. Again, it's okay if you sway. Swaying is totally normal, especially for trees. You are strong just like a tree. You are grounded and rooted just like a tree. Now bring your hands back down to heart center, leg. Now we're going to come into warrior one. So lift that right leg, bring it back. Make sure your left knee is not over your left ankle, but in line with it. Gaze is up. Maybe you have a slight back bend. You're going to slowly bring your weight over to your left leg. You can hold on to something too here. You want to lift up that back leg. Bring your arms back. This is our warrior 3 variation. Just like birds in the sky, we're flying. Enjoying the warmth of spring. Maintaining our balance here. Feeling weightless, but also strong. And then just drop that back leg. Come back to warrior 1. Looking up to the sky, strong arms, strong legs, and then just come back to the top of your mat with your hands together. Let's do the other side now. So taking that left leg, lifting it up and putting it back, planting it and coming into warrior 1. Again, checking to make sure the knee is not over the ankle. It's not going to the left or to the right. You want it straight and aligned. Make sure your hips are squared. Your pelvis is tilted down and your gaze is up. And now again, we're going to put that weight on that right leg to come into warrior 3. Our variation, lifting up that back leg, trying to remain balanced and steady. Maybe look at a point on the floor that's not moving. Slowly drop that back leg, coming back to warrior 1. Strong warriors here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, and then just coming back to the top with our hands over heart center. Beautiful. Let's lift our arms all the way up, inhaling, exhaling, falling forward, swan dive down to the mat. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. Hands on chins. Forward fold again, coming back down to the mat, to downward dog real quick, and then just drop those knees and come to sit on the back of our feet. And just sweep those legs to one side, place them out in front of you. We're going to come down now. And find a comfortable position to come down to the mat. Hug your knees in your chest. Just a little squeeze here. Giving yourself some love and compassion. And then bring your feet as wide as the mat. Maybe bring your hands out to cactus arms. And then we're just going to let our knees drop from one side to the other slowly with your own breathing pace. It's just a good stretch for your hips and your legs. We're winding down our practice now. Swaying from side to side. Noticing again if we're holding on to any tension in our hips. And again, bring your knees into your chest. Let's do happy baby pose. You can keep your knees bent or straighten them if you'd like. Rocking from side to side. Gentle massage for your lower back. Just enjoying the playfulness of this pose because yoga can be fun. Now we're coming to Shavasana, so straighten your legs, let your feet fall open, hands come out to the side, and breathe here. You've made it to Shavasana, our final resting pose. And this is a beautiful time to again come back to your breath. Notice how your body feels now after spending some time doing yoga. Spring is a great opportunity for new beginnings and fresh starts. So we may have been spending a lot of our time this past winter inside our homes, planning, prepping. And now with spring around the corner and longer days, more sunshine, this is a beautiful time to incorporate all this energy and newness into our lives. Grow your branches, plant whatever it is you need to plant in your garden. And continue to keep growing and blossoming. You deserve it. You are worthy. You are loved. You are grounded. You are supported. You are amazing. Enjoy the rest of Shavasana here. You can come out of it whenever you're ready.